Alright guys, it's looking like things are starting to wind down now. With only 2 days left to save Morgana, I'm curious to see how the story will pretty much continue on from here, because it seems like every attempt we try to get the second key, it never seems to happen. Like there's always something that backfires or gets in the way of it. So I'm curious to see how that's all gonna be resolved, if anything. Most importantly, guys, I want to thank you all for your love and support for this series. It means a lot. And right now, I am just going with the flow right now. I tend to have like these theories and whatnot, but now it's just, at this point, this game keeps surprising me. So I'm just gonna see how it goes, and I hope you all continue to enjoy watching. Let's keep at it. Alright guys, and we are back. So you need to talk with her then, Mikkel. Leave it to me. You can do it? Well, right now she's showing people how to make the decorations. Weaving straw into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take her place teaching for a little. I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offered to help, it's me. There's a bunch of them already done, like over there, hanging off the tree branches. Can you make those? They're very intricately designed. You'd have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach other people how. You should take her up on her offer. You're right. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk. Just hold tight. And you, dearest Mel, are coming with me. You get to help make decorations. I'm no good at this stuff, though. Nope. I said you're coming, and that's all there is to it. With me as your teacher, you'll be a pro in no time. Yeah, alright. You win. Let's go. Nelly seems to be in good shape, and it doesn't look like last night caused any problems for them. I'm relieved. Hopefully. Oh, hold on. Hopefully... what? They can continue down this path. They'll be fine, I'm sure. I pray that they will be. Now, we should have a little time before the nun is available to talk, so I would really like to find some shade. Ah, is it pretty bright out today? I thought you could see through my eyes. I can, yes. I can see what's going on, just not as clearly as you. Not enough to tell how strong the sun is, for example. I see. Are you alright? I'm fine. I say, but the backs of my eyes are starting to hurt. 2 days now with hardly a cloud in sight. Oh man, this is some semblance of foreshadowing, isn't it? I'm worried that he and Giselle are losing their connection or something slowly. I hope that isn't the case. Ah, there you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. No worries. I apologize for pulling you away from your duties at such a busy time. After that little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say. I do. Something very important. And if possible, I would like to discuss it with you somewhere more private. Let me guess. You're going to propose to me. Now you should know better than that. I am a servant of God the Father. He's the only companion I am permitted to have. No, I just want to... I know, I'm kidding. I just want to tease you a bit. I can't be away for very long though, alright? I'll do my best to keep it short. Okay, let's head inside and find a room then. After you. May I ask you something, Giselle? What? Yes. Hold on. I keep thinking she's done with the dialogue and there's the... Wrong one. Ah, what is it? Okay. Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me? No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea? If you say so. Alright, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I'm here to help those in need. My ears at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly, tell me anything and everything. You're a nun. You should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics. What's wrong? Nothing. I actually want to talk about you rather than myself. About me? You, or the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you acquaintances with that Asian swordsman? The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What? I was under the impression you were quite intimate with him. Did someone tell you we were? No, that was just the feeling I had. Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you were probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one. There's something between you two, though. What do you mean, something between us? Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation is to keep her church running after all. Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation? Is he... what? Did he tell you he was? He did. Oh, really? That's a little... No, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Are you friends with him? Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word. Ah, well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow. Are you really not close with him at all? Nope. So, if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have to be out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more. Gratitude for... A while back, he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This is when I wasn't all the way out here, but at a church in the city. There were other nuns there too, as I recall. Right. We also served as an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it is our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need, which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment. I just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there. You're Pauline, though, aren't you? No, my name is Mary. Is it Marie or Mary? Calling her... See, it's one of those things where the spelling is... It's Marie, or... It could still be Mary. Marie. I'm going with Marie. How can that be? How can she not be her? Marie, that sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door. But I don't think they're the same person. I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mel's and Nellie's were, which just made us think they all would be. That's true. And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mel and Nellie. Although in Morgana's story, I'm pretty sure he had said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. Was he not referring to this woman? I should get back down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help with the preparations too. 1 second. There's absolutely nothing going on between you. Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I said there's nothing, and there's nothing. Quite defensive now, aren't we? If it wasn't, you know, anything that we were assuming, you would consistently say it otherwise, but without being so, I guess how she is. She's starting to foam at the mouth a little bit. What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key? Maybe you could try talking to him with Mel there. The two of you together could convince him to give up his key. When I encountered his shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I had mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot. Then, should we try to find the Lord first instead? I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there's something being between them. Happy now? I should really get going. Hold on, just one last thing. Yes? Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower? The tower? Why? Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone imprisoned at the top of it. What? They've locked up a girl with a miracle blood. It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that. I am not joking. The medicine you are handing out, that's real human blood. What proof do you have? I have someone else who can corroborate my story. And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth? When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest proof is his key. Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone's being imprisoned here. Your claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself. Open the door, and you can see for yourself. I can't. I don't have the keys. And does that not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think that they may be hiding something? No, because I know what's being kept in the tower. You know. The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because the church is less likely to be broken into than his manor. His money. Even thieves fear God, so you can understand why he would want to keep his property here. Does that actually make sense, though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire guards. He doesn't like keeping guards around. Why not? Haven't you heard? There have been several failed assassination attempts. The Lord is not a bad man. He can just be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make a man enemies, some of whom want to see him dead, and keeping his wealth at hand only increases that risk. Now, are you satisfied? Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in the tower. He's gotta. Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about? What? Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord, who has been supporting me in his church? Or you, who showed up out of nowhere demanding me to open the door? I'm telling the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower. I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the guards. I really must be going now. The swordsman, he helped imprison the girl in the tower so he could get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this. Take some time to cool off. Would it have killed her to be a little more open-minded? I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth even just a little bit. Is she so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much? Or is her trust in the swordsman? The latter. Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. A little bit of the third too. I think I'll head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move. That's a good idea. And there might be something Mel and Nellie can do to help too. Perhaps. With the nun denying any involvement with the swordsman and him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the event at the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. The things he did then were undeniably inhuman, which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perception of him. If at all, a positive influence seems the less likely. Was he a man? Or was he a beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it that he truly desired? If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? Blinding sunlight drags me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intense than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle anymore. In a matter of moments, all I can see is white. Mikkel? Are you alright? I feel a sharp pain like someone's yanking at the back of my eyes. I'm fine. I just need some shade. Giselle's voice fades away. From somewhere, I think I can hear her calling my name, but instead of sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world starts tilting toward me. No, not the world. It's me, who's falling. I'm guessing I don't have a lot of time in this era. Like, I'm pretty much living on borrowed time, trying to do my best to save Morgana. I'm not at the mansion. Where am I? You're awake. Morgana, what are you doing here? Does my appearance disturb you? That is to be expected, I suppose. I am hardly what you would call attractive after all. Morgana. How do you know my name? How do I know your name? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the... Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, and my voice completely disappeared. Where is this? I'm not sure how you couldn't know. Hold on a second. I want to check something. Last time... Okay, so it's still censored. Okay. This is the witch's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presumed you came here in search of my herbal medication. Conscious? Wait, did I travel back? Oh, sorry, did I travel even further back when I collapsed? Outside her door? Your arm. What? This is before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even farther into the past? Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Or could this be... You must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely. Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave. In that case, beware of two men who will come to visit you. You must not open the door for them. What do you mean? They're a haired boy and a... Why do I lose my voice for for the most important details? Oh, it's kind of like... Because he's essentially time traveling, and I'm assuming he can't truly interfere with the events that's about to occur. The whole changing the past to have a better future type of deal. I don't know. I could be wrong. But there is a force there. It could also be Morgana from our timeline that's preventing this. I don't know. Is this really the cottage by the lake? Take a look out the window and see for yourself. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. A reddish black fog turns beyond the window. Pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty. Now I understand. This isn't the real world. Is it your world then, Morgana? Or is it a world within our dreams? May I ask who you are? I once spent some time at your side. This is also very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana? If you're gonna try to convince me to leave, I won't have it. And please, watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words. As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long, I fought to fend off the things you said. Not because I had any particular dislike for you, but because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound of your voice was. I empathized with the feeling seething through your words, and that understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism to your voice, and as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving into it. You're saying my voice is unpleasant? Not at all. It was beautiful. Frighteningly so. I want to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself, the things you see and feel. I will not be telling you or anyone else about myself, because they would have to be inhuman to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either, because it makes me feel pitiful, worthless. It's a story I would rather pretend never happened. And it's not a story I can just tell anyone. But you can tell me. Indeed. I was born into this world female. What? From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong, and as I grew older, my body developed like a boy's. Not entirely though. My body is incomplete. I am missing one thing every man is supposed to have. The change drove my mother to madness, and she hid me away, for I was unfit to be in the presence of others. That was when I was 14 years old, and that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before birth, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting I was a normal person, fighting to prove I was indeed male. But now that it's all over, I think you were right. My fate was always set in stone. And perhaps if I had stopped trying to fight it, if I had shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life. I could have not left Giselle behind. Do you regret your choice? No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to hold my ground. I had to keep shouting, because if I hadn't, it wouldn't have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune that decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unwavering support of. Or perhaps, must not lose sight of would be a better way to put it. For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply they aren't even aware they hold them. But what we carry inside us is unique. Difficult for other people to understand, to accept, forcing us to walk a path of solitude and persecution. I believe you genuinely do have miraculous powers. And who knows, maybe your blood is special too. But I think your real power lies in your voice, and its ability to enchant anyone who hears it. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not? I am a saint and the daughter of God. That is a lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from that path or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It would make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we were dealt. Maybe not. But I think that if either of us had someone, even one person who accepted us, it would have caused us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl. But they're gone now. And have you never leaned on their memory? It comes back to me from time to time. But even then, they were different than me. They were so full of kindness, so very human. And while they taught me to experience their joy, Not even they could change what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in my life. And what about you? Do you have someone special? I do. And do they treat you like a normal person? She does. However, you still know that you're different, that you can't fit in with everyone else, that you're abnormal. You do, don't you? I am very conscious of that fact, that on a fundamental level, I am still gray, and that so long as I am who I am, that will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step onto the path she walked, a path wide enough for me despite my abnormality. You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try to walk the path of humanity, while still being an outsider to it. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary but incredibly kind and accepting person holding their hand out for me, and I don't think I could take it, because I know that if I do, it will only bring more pain. So if I am to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhuman, someone fundamentally abnormal, and not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even the tiniest bit of my fate. You could do that, couldn't you? Then do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some of the weight off my back. Morgana, I have every intention of doing anything I can. But you have to understand, I am not from this time, Morgana. I cannot promise you I will be around much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you, and with them slowly bring yourself back onto the path of humanity. Oh, that's a typo, I think. It will not be easy, I know. Constant fear at the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you, terrified by the thought they might abandon you at any moment. The ever-present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them. But I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself back to a place you can love. Like what you had 4 years ago. You really are. Mikkel, you may think talking to my past self can change something, but you're sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect. Well, why don't you let me try, Morgana? Mikkel, are you there? Are you alright? Get up, Mikkel, please. Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Did I pass out? Ah, you're awake. Are you okay? Did you hit your head? Nelly, you gave everyone a big scare, dearest Mikkel. All of a sudden, you were just on the ground. Were you feeling unwell? No, I just have a natural sensitivity to sunlight. I apologize for any concern I caused you. Sorry for worrying you too, Giselle, and for that rather shameful display. No need to apologize. Like you said, you're sensitive to sunlight. I'm just glad you're alright, Mikkel. If anything, I should be the one apologizing for putting so much pressure on you. I had no idea it was so bright out. As long as you're not sick or anything. So you're feeling better now? My head still hurts a little, but yes, I'm fine. What time is it? Almost supper time, which means I'd better get back to the cottage. Was I really out that long? At least you woke up before supper. I should get going though. See you tomorrow, Mikkel. Good night, Nelly. Tomorrow is the day before Morgana's supposed to die. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to end the video here for today. thank you all for watching. I actually like this part, if only because it's starting to show that, or at least in my opinion, we're losing time here, which is funny because we only have 2 more days left. But also, I don't think we can exist for this long, because as we have just seen, as we were shown actually, Mikhail is starting to lose focus, and probably he's not meant to be around for this long anyway. Like, he was given a chance, and that chance is pretty much living on borrowed time. So I guess we're gonna find out what happens next in the next one, guys. So thank you all for watching. Take care.